Chosen one, the world may not see your victories, but the angels have already witnessed your last move, and they celebrated you in the unseen. Every act of patience, every silent prayer, every choice made with sincerity has been recorded in the heavens, and Allah Himself honors it. What the people misunderstand, the angels rejoice over, and what seems small in your eyes is monumental in the sight of the divine. Today, we reveal 7 powerful lessons that show how your unseen deeds are shaping your destiny, elevating your soul, and earning celebration in the realms beyond sight. Chosen one. Understand this truth deeply. The world judges by what it can see, by immediate results, by applause and recognition. But Allah and His angels measure by what is unseen, by the depth of your heart, by the courage you summon when no one is watching. Every moment you endured hardship without complaint, every second you chose restraint over anger, forgiveness over resentment, and reliance on Allah over despair, was not wasted. It was witnessed, celebrated, and engraved in light in the unseen realms. The angels observed your silent struggles, the quiet moments when tears fell in private, when your heart whispered du'as only Allah could hear, and they rejoiced at your steadfastness, knowing the weight of your patience far exceeds any worldly measure of success. Trials may have pressed against you, betrayal may have stung, and the world may have called your silence weakness, but in truth, your endurance is a spiritual victory, a shield forged in divine wisdom, and a preparation for the extraordinary blessings Allah is ready to bestow upon you. Each act of patience carries a hidden reward, unseen by human eyes, yet monumental in the heavens. Each moment of restraint plants seeds that will blossom into triumphs far greater than the world can comprehend. The unseen celebrations of your perseverance are louder than any worldly cheer, and the angels themselves raise their wings in joy over the one who remains steadfast in faith, unwavering in trust, and sincere in devotion. Remember, beloved, what you endure in silence today is being honored in ways your heart cannot yet imagine. For your patience is not merely a test, it is your victory, your elevation, and your proof that the unseen realm always recognizes the chosen ones. Chosen one, never doubt the power of your unseen actions, for the world measures deeds by applause and recognition, but Allah and His angels weigh them by sincerity, intention, and the purity of your heart. Every act you perform in secrecy, a whispered dua in the dead of night, a hidden charity, a moment of forgiveness given when no one else is watching, or a kind word spoken softly to uplift another, carries a weight that stretches far beyond this worldly realm. The angels bear witness to these actions. They observe, rejoice, and record them in ways that will one day manifest as blessings unimaginable, rewards uncountable, and victories that even your mind cannot fully comprehend. When you act purely for the sake of Allah, your deed becomes like a seed planted in the eternal soil of the unseen, growing in light and influence, shaping destinies, altering the course of events, and touching hearts in ways invisible to the human eye. Even your smallest efforts, when done sincerely, are magnified in the heavens, celebrated by the angels, and treasured by Allah, for He is the one who sees what the eyes cannot and knows what the hearts conceal. The world may try to convince you that your quiet efforts are insignificant, that your deeds go unnoticed, or that patience and sincerity are meaningless without recognition, but the reality is that the unseen realm honors every step you take on the path of truth, every act rooted in devotion, and every moment spent striving in secret. Your quiet obedience, your humble efforts, and your unseen sacrifices are not wasted. They are the true currency of the chosen ones, eternal and weighty, celebrated by angels and preserved in the divine record. For in the eyes of Allah, these deeds carry the power to transform your life, illuminate your path, and leave a legacy far greater than what the world can ever measure. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your heart. Every trial, every hardship, every moment of pain, disappointment, or betrayal you face is not a punishment, but a sacred stage designed by Allah to elevate your soul and refine your spirit. The world may see obstacles as setbacks, suffering as misfortune, and struggle as failure, but in the unseen, the angels observe your resilience with joy and admiration, recording each moment of steadfastness and perseverance as a mark of honor in the courts of Allah. Every time you faced injustice and chose patience over revenge, despair over hope, or anger over submission, you were not merely surviving, you were being spiritually elevated, molded, and prepared for the destiny Allah has written for you. The heaviness you felt, the nights you spent questioning, the burdens that seemed impossible to bear, these were the very instruments of your purification, shaping your character, your faith, and your readiness for the divine blessings awaiting you. Each trial is a test of your reliance upon Allah, a measure of your trust in His wisdom, and a confirmation of your role as a chosen one, for the angels celebrate those who persevere in faith when the world misunderstands them, honor those who remain obedient when the heart feels weary, and rejoice over the one whose patience is unshaken despite the storms around them. Remember, the trials themselves are not obstacles to your rise. They are the very ladders that elevate you, the secret celebrations in the unseen, and the divine acknowledgments that the angels rejoice over. For every struggle you endure in faith strengthens you in ways the world cannot see, prepares you for victories the world cannot comprehend, and secures your place among the chosen ones, whom Allah Himself honors and celebrates. Chosen one, understand this truth with the depth of your soul. Your sincerity is a light so powerful that it reaches beyond the perception of human eyes, stretching into realms unseen, where angels rejoice, and the divine records your devotion with awe and honor. In a world obsessed with recognition, approval, and validation, your heart's pure intentions stand as a testament to your closeness to Allah. Every act you perform solely for the pleasure of Allah, a secret dua whispered when darkness surrounds you, a charity given quietly without announcing it to the world, a kind word offered to uplift a struggling soul, or restraint exercised in moments of anger or temptation, becomes a radiant flame, illuminating spiritual realms, invisible to those around you. Your sincerity transforms ordinary deeds into extraordinary acts of worship and turns trials, struggles, and challenges into profound victories that are celebrated in the unseen. Even when your efforts go unnoticed by family, friends, or society, the angels record them with delight, marking your devotion, your humility, and your steadfast commitment to Allah's commands. Each act done in secrecy, each intention hidden from the eyes of men, carries an eternal weight. For Allah does not measure your deeds by human recognition, but by the purity of your heart, the depth of your intention, and the devotion with which you perform them. The angels witness your steadfastness in moments of difficulty, when the heart grows weary, when patience feels impossible, when the temptation to compromise your integrity presses upon you, and they rejoice at your resilience, knowing that every sincere act, no matter how small it seems to the world, has consequences far greater than you can imagine. Your sincerity becomes a shield, protecting your heart from the corrosion of pride, envy, and hypocrisy, preserving your soul as a vessel fit for divine blessings, honor, and guidance. The unseen realm responds to your actions in ways beyond comprehension. Doors open, blessings descend, hearts are touched, and destinies are shifted not because the world recognizes your efforts, but because Allah and the angels acknowledge your devotion. Even a single act of sincerity, performed purely for the sake of Allah, can create ripples that extend into the lives of countless others, shaping outcomes, softening hearts, and attracting mercy, protection, and divine favor. Remember, chosen one, your sincerity is not just a personal act of devotion, it is a force that illuminates the unseen, a light that guides the angels in their observation, a chain of blessings that reaches both the heavens and the earth, and a source of honor that no worldly applause can ever match. While people may misunderstand your intentions, judge your actions, or fail to see the depth of your heart, the unseen realm knows, the angels celebrate, and Allah Himself magnifies your deeds in ways that will manifest when the time is perfect. Every moment you act with pure intention, every hidden sacrifice, every silent dua, every compassionate word spoken without recognition, adds to a reservoir of divine honor, strength, and eternal reward that cannot be diminished, stolen, or overlooked. Your life, marked by sincerity, becomes a living example of devotion that inspires unseen currents of mercy and guidance across worlds. The chosen ones are not defined by what the world sees. They are defined by what Allah witnesses, what the angels rejoice over, and how sincerely they submit to their Creator. Let your heart take solace in this eternal truth. Your sincere deeds illuminate the unseen realms, your devotion echoes where eyes cannot see, and the celebration of angels is a higher recognition than all the praise the world could ever offer. In every whispered dua, in every hidden act of kindness, in every choice made for Allah alone, you are honored beyond measure, celebrated beyond perception, and elevated beyond worldly comprehension. For your sincerity is the true hallmark of the chosen ones, the invisible crown of the faithful, and the eternal light that guides your soul toward Allah's pleasure and the angels' joyful witness. Chosen one, understand this profound truth. Mercy is not merely a feeling. It is a divine force that flows from your heart into the unseen realms, shaping destinies, softening hearts, and creating blessings in ways you cannot imagine. Every act of kindness you perform, every word of compassion you speak, every moment you forgive when the world expects vengeance, every time you support the weak, lift the fallen, or protect the vulnerable, even when no one witnesses, it sends ripples of divine energy across the heavens and the earth. The angels observe your mercy, taking note of every gesture, every hidden act, every silent moment of generosity, and they rejoice in the unseen, celebrating you as one whom Allah has honored with a heart capable of reflecting His own infinite compassion. Your mercy is a reflection of Allah's attributes, a light that pierces through darkness, and a bridge between your soul and the souls of countless others, connecting hearts in ways that human eyes cannot perceive. When you choose to act mercifully towards someone who wronged you, when you soften your heart instead of hardening it, when you extend a hand to help without expecting gratitude, the unseen realm rejoices, and your actions multiply in reward and spiritual impact, far beyond what the world can measure. Every kind word you speak, every patient ear you lend, every moment you restrain anger for the sake of Allah, becomes a source of ripple effects for mercy, is contagious in the realm of the unseen, touching lives, altering outcomes, and inviting Allah's blessings in ways unseen by human perception. Your mercy is a shield, protecting you from the hardness of the heart and guarding your soul from the weight of hatred, envy, and pride, while simultaneously becoming a channel through which Allah channels His guidance, sustenance, and divine favor to you and others. Even your quiet acts of forgiveness, compassion, and generosity create a spiritual resonance, influencing situations, calming hearts, and turning potential destruction into growth, despair into hope, and conflict into reconciliation. The angels celebrate the chosen ones who embody mercy, not because they seek recognition, but because they mirror the divine attribute of Rahman, the all-merciful, in their lives. Every action of kindness performed for Allah's pleasure carries more weight than the world can perceive. Every compassionate gesture, even if hidden from the eyes of men, is magnified in the unseen, creating waves of light that flow through souls, across generations, and into realities beyond human comprehension. Chosen one. Understand that your mercy is not temporary or limited to a single lifetime. It is an eternal echo, a chain reaction that Allah preserves and rewards, a divine instrument through which your legacy as a chosen one is etched into the fabric of creation. Even the smallest act, a comforting word, a forgiving thought, a silent prayer for another's relief becomes monumental when performed with pure intention, reverberating through the spiritual realms and celebrated by angels who witness your heart's devotion to Allah. The unseen rejoices in your compassion, for mercy is a language that transcends time, space, and human understanding. It is a light that guides the lost, a balm for wounded hearts, and a means of drawing Allah's blessings upon your life and the lives of others. Your mercy is more than an act. It is a reflection of divine love, a testament to your status as one of Allah's chosen ones, and a force that can transform not only your destiny, but the destinies of those you touch, even when your actions go unnoticed by the world. Remember, chosen one, that every act of mercy you perform, every moment of forgiveness, every silent act of generosity, and every compassionate gesture is recorded in the unseen, celebrated by angels, and multiplied in ways that will manifest at the perfect time, proving that your mercy is not only a blessing for others, but a divine instrument of elevation, honor, and eternal reward for your own soul. Chosen one, never underestimate the unseen power of faith, for it is the force that transforms trials into triumphs, despair into hope, and the invisible into undeniable reality. Every moment your heart trusts Allah in the face of uncertainty, every second you rely on His wisdom when the world seems chaotic, every whispered dua, every sigh of submission, and every silent act of devotion becomes a cornerstone of victory that the angels celebrate, a light that the heavens honor, and a manifestation of divine support that no human eye can perceive. Your faith is not merely belief, it is a living, breathing connection with Allah, a channel through which the unseen realm communicates strength, protection, and guidance. When others doubt, judge, or mock your journey, your unwavering trust becomes a shield, an invisible armor that protects you from the unseen forces of despair, envy, and the negativity of those who cannot comprehend your divine mission. The angels watch over your steadfastness, noting every moment you resist, giving in to fear, anxiety, or impatience, and they rejoice because faith itself is an act of power that transforms the unseen into the tangible, the impossible into the attainable, and the uncertain into the certain. Every trial you endure is not a setback, but a canvas upon which Allah is painting a masterpiece of victory, a test designed to purify your heart, strengthen your spirit, and reveal to both the heavens and yourself the magnitude of your destiny. Faith transforms the invisible realm into a reality that is aligned with divine decree. It allows blessings to flow from sources unseen, opportunities to arise from places unanticipated, and miracles to unfold in timing known only to Allah. The chosen ones are not defined by worldly validation, but by their unwavering connection to the divine, their ability to trust unseen guidance, and their capacity to act with confidence in the midst of uncertainty, knowing that every step taken in reliance on Allah is already part of a greater victory being orchestrated beyond human perception. Your faith turns patience into power, prayer into strategy, and quiet reliance into unstoppable momentum, ensuring that every obstacle, every doubt, every fear is transformed into a stepping stone for triumph. The angels rejoice over these moments, not for the sake of recognition, but because the manifestation of faith is a sacred celebration of Allah's will being fulfilled through your devotion, your obedience, and your heart's unwavering surrender to divine wisdom. Every time you choose to submit, to trust, to remain steadfast when the results are unseen, you are shaping reality itself, your life, your future, and the lives of those you touch in ways that cannot be measured by human understanding, but are vividly alive in the realms of the unseen. Chosen one, know that the victories you cannot yet see, the blessings that have not yet arrived, and the doors that have yet to open are already set in motion because your faith has turned the invisible forces of the unseen into instruments of triumph. The angels have celebrated your trust, the heavens have illuminated your path, and Allah has honored your heart for choosing reliance over doubt, submission over resistance, and patience over despair. Faith is the key that transforms hidden potential into visible reality, the force that ensures that every unseen effort, every silent dua, and every quiet act of obedience is multiplied, strengthened, and destined to manifest at the perfect time. Remember, chosen one, your faith is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and powerful beyond comprehension. It shapes your destiny, commands the unseen, and turns every hidden effort into a victory that will be celebrated not only in this world, but eternally in the presence of Allah and the angels, proving that the invisible is always alive, always working, and always turning in your favor when your heart trusts Him completely. The struggles you face, the obstacles that seem insurmountable, and the moments when hope feels distant are all part of the unseen preparation for your ultimate triumph, a triumph written in the light of divine wisdom, witnessed by angels, and secured by the faith that flows through your heart as a chosen one. Let this truth settle in your soul. Every step of trust, every act of reliance, every quiet submission is a victory unfolding invisibly, a celebration in the unseen, and a testament that faith, when held unwaveringly, transforms the invisible into undeniable, eternal triumph. Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. The truest recognition, the purest honor, and the ultimate reward for your patience, your perseverance, your faith, and your devotion is not found in the applause of people, the praise of society, or the fleeting acknowledgement of worldly eyes. It exists in the unseen, in the realms where angels witness, rejoice, and celebrate the sincere acts of your heart. Every moment you endured hardship, resisted temptation, forgave those who wronged you, gave when it was inconvenient, prayed when it was lonely, and trusted Allah when the world seemed against you, has been observed, noted, and celebrated by the angels. These unseen celebrations are far more significant than any human recognition, for they are anchored in the pleasure of Allah, recorded in divine light, and preserved eternally in ways that the world cannot perceive or measure. The true reward for the chosen ones lies not in visible validation, but in the knowledge that every sincere act, every silent sacrifice, every prayer offered in secret, every compassionate gesture made without expectation, is acknowledged by Allah and His angels, multiplying in ways beyond imagination and manifesting blessings that surpass worldly comprehension. Your last move, the quiet steps you took in patience, the moments of faith that no one saw, the mercy you extended when none would notice, all of these are the moments that the unseen realm celebrates, each one a star in the heavens, a ripple in the spiritual universe, and a confirmation that your life, your choices, and your heart are honored by the divine. Every time you remain steadfast when misunderstood, every time you act with sincerity when judged, and every time you trust Allah when circumstances seem impossible, the unseen celebration unfolds. Angels raise their wings in joy. Divine light surrounds your path, and your actions are magnified in eternal reward. Understand, chosen one, that the world may fail to recognize your worth. It may misinterpret your intentions, and it may underestimate your patience, but the unseen realm is alive with acknowledgement, reverence, and celebration of your journey, your heart, and your soul. The unseen reward is a treasure far beyond worldly measure. It is eternal, secure, and wholly aligned with Allah's pleasure. It is the culmination of every test you have endured, every trial you have overcome, and every choice made in obedience and trust. The angels' rejoicing is not passive. It is an active celebration of the alignment between your heart and the divine, a cosmic acknowledgement that every hidden effort, every silent act of devotion, and every sincere step on the path of righteousness carries monumental significance. Your life, chosen one, is a testimony that the unseen is alive, that your deeds are never wasted, and that the divine acknowledgement of your sincerity and steadfastness is the highest honor imaginable. No worldly recognition can match the joy of angels observing your faith. No praise of men can equal the divine illumination surrounding your soul, and no material reward can replicate the eternal celebration that unfolds in the unseen each time you act in alignment with Allah's guidance. Let this truth settle into the deepest chambers of your heart. The unseen celebration is the truest reward, the ultimate honor, and the divine acknowledgement that your life, your faith, and your devotion matter infinitely in the eyes of Allah. Every sacrifice you have made, every hardship you have endured, and every act of obedience performed in secret is being multiplied, amplified, and celebrated in ways that transcend human perception, ensuring that your journey as a chosen one is eternally honored. The unseen reward is not distant. It is present, alive, and continually unfolding with every breath you take in trust, every act of mercy you extend, every moment of patience you embrace, and every sincere intention that guides your actions. The angels rejoice, the heavens illuminate, and Allah Himself bears witness, reminding you that the chosen ones are never unnoticed, their hearts are never overlooked, and their divine journey is eternally celebrated in realms beyond sight. So take comfort, chosen one, in knowing that every unseen victory, every quiet act of devotion, and every sincere choice is a source of eternal reward, the kind that the world cannot give, the kind that the unseen eternally honors, and the kind that aligns your soul with Allah's pleasure and the angels' unending celebration, proving beyond doubt that the truest reward is never visible to the eyes of men, but eternally alive in the unseen. Chosen one, as this message reaches your heart, know this: the world may never fully witness your struggles, your patience, or the quiet victories you achieve in silence, but the unseen realm has seen everything. The angels have observed your every act of sincerity, every moment of mercy, every whisper of dua, and every choice made in faith, rejoicing on your behalf in ways beyond human comprehension. What appears hidden, small, or unnoticed in this world is monumental in the sight of Allah, recorded in light and celebrated in the heavens. Your patience has been honored, your trials transformed into triumphs, your quiet deeds magnified, your mercy rippling across lives, and your faith turning the invisible into victory, all of it acknowledged and celebrated where it truly matters. Do not seek validation from the eyes of men, for the unseen is alive with your victories. The angels raise their wings in joy over your devotion, and Allah's pleasure is the ultimate reward that surpasses every worldly recognition. Walk forward with confidence. Continue your journey with sincerity, act with mercy, and trust in Allah's perfect timing, knowing that every silent struggle, every hidden act of devotion, and every patient step you take as a chosen one is eternally honored, eternally celebrated, and eternally rewarded in ways the world cannot see but your soul will forever feel. Peace be upon you, and may your journey always be guided, protected, and uplifted by Allah, the Most Merciful.